welcome to Crochet and Beyond. My name is Angela, and today I'm going to teach you how to do the block and offset shell stitch. Now this piece here is a sample of the block and offset shell stitch. This is the smallest I could make this stitch in. Now, if you follow a foundation chain formula that I'm gonna give you in just a little bit, you can use this stitch in anything you want really. It can be as wide and then of course as long as you want to. In my case here, this block is part of a bigger project here. As you noticed, I have 9 different stitches, and some of these here are already available for you on the channel to make, and all of them have a foundation chain formula. So you can make them the size you want. If you want to make a beautiful blanket like I am, then go for it, but it's gonna take a while and a lot of yarn and lots of time, and then still the whole putting it together will be quite a bit of a work to do, but it's definitely very fun if you take the time. And of course you can use different colors. I'm sticking here with the fall colors so that by Thanksgiving 2020, this blanket is ready on my queen size bed. The block and offset stitch works like this. There is columns here of double crochets. Those are my blocks, and they're usually groups of 4 double crochets. All right, and then the offset shells are in between, and as you can tell, they are totally offset. They kind of go a little crooked like that. Looks really cute actually. You just need to make sure that every time when you are done with a 5 double crochet group that you do chain 2, because you need that space to then make sure that these openings here, see, these spaces here are happening. Now the foundation chain here is the key to make sure that you get this done in any size you want. If you do a foundation chain of multiple of 10 plus 6, multiple of 10 chains plus 6 chains, it will always work out on the end, because you noticed here that you need to always have 4 double crochets here and 4 double crochets here. You can't see that 4th double crochet here because I did an edging and it kind of took over that ending right there. As for edging, I am doing a very simple single crochet edging because that's all I need to join these squares to one another and make my big blanket. If you are doing a scarf or a table runner, or I don't know what else you can come up with, you might not need an edging at all, or you might want to do a completely different edging. In the video today, I am only teaching you how to do a single crochet edging. Then make sure that when we get there that you do the correct amount, and depending on what you're doing, if you're joining squares, you always need to be very consistent on how many single crochets are on the edges here of your squares, so that if you're joining it to other squares that they have the same amount of single crochets. I hope this video is very helpful for you to do this stitch. It's not a difficult one. It's very much no-brainer. Once you get the hang of it, it flows without really having to look at the pattern. And as I mentioned earlier, in the descriptions below, there is links already to the blocks I already done. There is a couple more coming your way, and eventually I'm going to post my whole putting together of this, okay? So that's gonna be fun, and I hope you can be part of that as well. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and let's work together. Also, if you make something that is quite amazing with this stitch, or maybe if it's just a beginner's work, I want to see it as well. Go ahead and join my Facebook group. I have a group where I like you to show your work. When you post something in that Facebook group, it doesn't have to be perfect. You go ahead and show me things that maybe didn't look all that good, and you're like, what's actually wrong with it? Maybe I can give you some input. So just share with us and share your journey of learning crochet. If you are already an expert in crochet, man, then I totally want to see the amazing things you're making. So share with me. Projects don't have to be just the ones that come from my channel. It can be really anything that you're working on. I would love to kind of like have you joining there and showing me your art. So thank you again, and until soon, enjoy the video. With worsted weight yarn, size 4, and a 5.25 millimeter hook, let's make a foundation chain. I will need 26 chains. So the way I start my chain is by making a loop first, and I hold the loop between my middle finger and thumb. I hold it nice and tight, insert the hook, and draw up a loop for 1, 2, and 3. Then hold it at the top, let go at the bottom, pull the string, and that forms a knot and my first chain. There are several ways of doing the first knot on foundation chains. I like it this way, so you do whatever works for you. It's definitely not a problem. Now let's go for 26 chains. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. 25 and 26. There we go. Now I change to a slightly smaller hook because I like to do my initial chains with a bigger hook because that makes them quite flexible. So make sure that your foundation chain looks even and somewhat stretchy. All right, so I pick up now a 5mm hook and do the rest of the work with that. You need to double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook and then the next 2 chains as well. So what is the 4th chain of the hook? 1, 2, 3, 4. That one right there. Okay, so double crochet it is. So let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. That's your first double crochet. 4th chain from the hook. Then a double crochet in the following chain. And a double crochet in the following chain. So that makes a total of actually 4 double crochets. And don't think that's strange because yes, you did 3. However, this one here is considered a double crochet. These 3 chains that tugged along as you crocheted your very first double crochet in the 4th chain here, they are just the same size as a double crochet and are considered as 1. So from here, skip the next 2 chains and then 5 double crochets in the following, all in the same spot. Skip next 2. So here we go. Skip, skip. Now 5 on the following, all in the same spot. There is 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5. And yes, it does create a very big hole. Don't worry about it. If you just pull on the foundation chain a little bit, it evens itself out and it will always be a big holey, yes, and that's okay. It's part of the pattern. Doesn't cause a problem at all to what you're going to be doing. From here, always chain 2. Skip the next 3 chains and then double crochet in the next 4. So skip the next 3, 1, 2, 3. Double crochet in the next 4 chains. Alrighty, there is 1. Now the next one, 2, 3. I need more yarn. Sorry about that. There is 4. There we go. Now from here, skip the next 2 chains. 1, 2, and do 5 double crochets in the following. So you skipped, 5 double crochets here. So you're kind of starting over that group of 5 again. And there is 3, 4, and 5. Now note already that every time when you're done with a group of 5, you're making a shell. That's what we call the shell, okay? And every time when you're done with a group of 5 double crochets here, you are always going to chain 2 forever and ever. Never forget the chain 2 after each group of 5 here, okay? Then skip the next 3 chains and double crochet in the last 4. So skip, 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 and double crochet in the last 4. So because my foundation chain is fairly short, my first row actually repeats this pattern here between a group of 5 double crochets in 1 stitch and then the 4 double crochets after. It does it only twice. Yeah, you see what happens? So there's the first group of 4 and then we start here. 5s and 4. 5s and another 4. If your chain was longer, you would keep going. 5s and 4, 5s and 4, on and on until the end of your row. Okay, make sure there is always these 2 chains here. Never forget them. They are important, especially for row 2. Moving forward to row 2. Now listen up. Before you do that, before you turn, chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now you turn. Double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So this is your first double crochet here done already. Double crochet in the next 3 stitches, which is kind of directly above the double crochets that you just done in the previous row. So it's right there. So that is your first one, your second, and your third. And then together with the chain 3, it makes that group of 4 double crochets that you want at the end of every row, beginning and end of every row. From here, watch where your next double crochet was from the other row, this one here. So that is your next place to target. And right there is where you are going to do 5 double crochets this time. Okay? So you're gonna skip these 2 chains here that you made, and you're gonna insert right there. Okay, so here we go, but we want 5 of them, all in that same spot. 2. Oh, come on. 3, 4, and 5. Remember earlier I said every time when you finish a group of 5 you chain 2, so there we go, same here. Then skip the next 4 double crochets, which is this one, this one, this one, and this one. Skip them and double crochet in the next 4 one at a time. So you see what you're doing, you're building a double crochet upon a previous double crochet. It's kind of very visible, very obvious. You eyeball it really well. There we go, see? Now from here, you skip those 2 chains and give me those 5 double crochets again in that very first double crochet of that shell that was made on the other row. Okay, that was messy. Okay, hang on. Here we go. That's 3, 4, and 5, and ta-da, don't forget these 2 ever. All right, or you're gonna be in big trouble. Now you skip, 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 and go for that one. 1, 2. Now here, pay attention. 3, if you're not careful, it looks like you're done, right? But no, there needs to be a double crochet built upon those chains in the bottom there. Remember the chains that became a double crochet? That's the ones that you need to take into consideration, so don't ignore that. And there we go. So by doing this, you see how the shells get offset, right? So on the next row, there is another shell gonna be built here, and they always get a little offset like that, creating this very cool pattern. Okay, so let's do one more row together, and then I'm gonna let you build your work on your own, because every row here pretty much is very repetitive, right? So you will get the hang of it and memorize this pattern in no time. Okay, before you turn, let's chain 3, and then we do 3 double crochets here. Very good. Then we reach for the very first double crochet here from the group of 5, and we do 5 in that spot. 4 and 5. We always chain 2 after, and then we reach for the group of 4s and complete another 4, one after the other. So this pattern is very repetitive, and it flows very quickly, and it builds up quickly as well. So, and it looks really, really good for the fact that the shells, the groups of 5s get kind of like crooked, you know, it looks kind of interesting. All right, and then don't forget the 2 chains here, and finish up with 4 double crochets to the end. All right, So that's what it is. Repeat this idea on every single row. Then of course, yeah, if your chain was longer, you go on and on and on until your row your chain was complete, and then your rows will be longer, and you will be having more offset columns like this. Alrighty, so I'm gonna build mine, you will build yours, and then when I have the desired length here for me, for this to be a square, I will come back and teach you how to do a very simple single crochet edging. All right, all done here. So I did 13 rows. Looks really nice, right? I like the way they kind of go like that. It's really cute, isn't it? Good. Now, because I'm using this particular square here to make a blanket, I'm joining it to other sample stitches to make that blanket I told you about. I need to be very precise on how many single crochets I need here on the edging around, and I need 25. All right, there will be three single crochets to make corners in one spot here. All right, and in between those corners I need 25. So first thing, I'm going to make the corner. Chain 1. And then right here in this big space here, go ahead and do 3 single crochets right at the same spot right there. That's the one. Okay, now before I move on, I need to see where am I gonna have my next corner come. And in this case here, I think I'm gonna use this smaller hole here as my corner, not the big one. All right. With that in mind, that leaves all the other spaces available for inserting single crochets. Now I need to count more or less what the obvious spaces are to see if I'm close to 25, or maybe if I have more or less. All right, so let's go and see. So there I already have 3. I'm not gonna count this as a possibility. That already was taken by 3 single crochets. So I'm gonna start right there. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Then right there, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I need one more, and I think I'm gonna put that in the middle here somewhere. All right, so let's get that done. So pretty much one single crochet in each very much obvious space that is on this side of the work here. Okay, so there we go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so I'm halfway. So I think I could do another one here. See, I'm repeating this one because I needed that one space here with 2, right? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and now I have 25. Perfect. Alrighty. Now the next corner goes right there. 1, there is my corner, 2 and 3 on the same spot. Okay, now take a look at what I have here to make sure that we have 25. Now my next corner is going to be right there. That's the one. So everything here, we need to fit 25 in there. So the obvious places are the double crochets. Then these big holes here, I need to fit at least 2. Here, I'm not sure. So let's see what happens if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I'm missing 5. So if I double up here, 21, 22. Now here instead of 2, I will do 3. So that would be 23, 24, and another one in the middle. So you see what I'm trying to do? So let's consider now 3 single crochets here, 2 here, and 2 here. So let's see if that will even itself out. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I need one more. I'm going to do one right here, 25. Okay, see? Okay, let's get it done. All right, so it is 1 on each single crochet, 2, 3, there is 3 here, 4, 5, 6, then here's 2, 7, and 8, 2 again, 9, and 10. Now this one I needed 2 in the middle here, right? Okay. 11, and there is 12, 13 again, 14, 15, here's 3, 16, 17, 18, here's 2, 19, 20, here is 2, 21, 22, now 1 on each, 23, 24, 25. There we go, all done. So here's my next corner, and we do 3 in the same spot, 2 and 3. Now this is the next edge. It is very similar to this one here. We did pretty much 1 on each and a double one in the middle, but this corner here looks a little different than that one, so let's make sure it all turns out just how we want it, because this is where we want our 3 single crochets. Okay, so I'm gonna go 1 on each obvious place, double up here, and then see if I'm even with 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah. So then I'll do 1 more in the middle. Oh, hang on. I already doubled in the middle, right? So instead of doubling in the middle, I will double here, or here, and here. Then I'll get my 25. Alrighty, let's go. Okay. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 2 here. 6 and 7, 8, 9, oops, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now I'm going to do 2 here. 17, 18, 19, and there is 2, hang on, 19, there is 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Perfect. Okay, 1 more corner here. 1, 2, and 3. Alrighty, here's your last edge. Now this is one of those edges that is wavy, right? So if I just do a single crochet like all over here, it's going to be wavy just the same. So what solves this problem is to fill in these grooves here with a taller stitch. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a half double crochet here, and then I'm going to do slip stitches here, half double crochets here, slip stitches, and halves. So that will even it out a little. Now how many? Let's see how many stitches I have if I double up here on these big ones. Let's see how much I've got, because there is my corner already, so that's gonna be my last stitch right there. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh my goodness, that's perfect. All right, so remember, half double crochet. So yarn over and all the way. Again, yarn over and 2 and 3 and 4. Now here we do slip stitch. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then here we do 2 halves. Not, oh hang on. 2 halves, 2 halves. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then slip stitch. 16, 17, 18, 19, and halves. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. And right here, I'm gonna join right there and finish it up. Okay, so you see how it evened itself out? It's a little wavy there, but honestly, it's not gonna be a big problem. All right, good, that's it, all done. Now, to finish it up, you leave a good amount here of string to weave in the end later. And go ahead and do that. Okay. Alrighty. I am not weaving in these ends here right now because as I join these squares, I will weave in these as I join. So that makes it save some time. So thank you so much, and hope this is a blessing to you, and it can become any size you want, right? Only follow that formula, the foundation chain formula, and you are all good to go for anything you want to create. Alrighty, take care. Until soon.